Welcome back. While we've been on the air, important news stories continue to break. These just in. Each of us knows what the other is thinking, says Plant. River dance video, the Saudi version. Duchess of York's medical advisor relaxes on holiday. The question whether there is anything more terrifying than Japanese game shows is easily answered. Yes, the Dutch are much worse. Right here in the heart of the new Europe, they screen a show called Now or Never, which challenges contestants who claim they know no fear to do something that would scare the rest of us catatonic. If you think you know no fear, see if you can keep your eyes open for what comes next. The show is called Now or Never in English because they're ashamed to call it anything in Dutch. From the audience, who have all seen the show before and therefore must be psychopaths, the helpful host, Rolf Wata, leads the contestant on stage the way Aztec sacrificial victims were led to the top of a pyramid, except that in her case, the results are going to be a lot worse.
Precies, door de rubberen hoes. Het is net als een duikpak. Ik doe de bril bij je op.
After the contestant has had her head successfully inserted into the box, she is equipped with safety glasses, presumably to prevent whatever she is about to meet from chewing on her eyeballs. As the upcoming horror is brought on, it is time to remember that Holland has given the world Rembrandt, Vermeer, the tulip, the windmill, wooden shoes, and now people who are stupid enough to stick their head in a tank full of these things, whatever they are.
Zijn groot, ja. Rustig, rustig, rustig. Even rustig. Geen paniek, geen paniek.
The helpful host chats happily to the contestant, whose replies are curtailed by an understandable desire not to open her mouth.
Er loopt er eentje nu vlak voor je langs. Kijk recht voor je uit. Ze doen je niet.
Don't open your mouth.
Ja? Ben je nu nog bang voor een klein huisspinnetje? Nee, hè? Dat is over. Mam!
The helpful host is careful to point out that the contestant's mother is in the audience, with both hands over her eyes and her panty girdle stuffed down her throat. You might have thought that was the worst thing in the world, but you're wrong. The worst thing in the world is about to happen. Try to keep in mind while you're watching this from behind the sofa or hovering near the bathroom door that Holland is just a ferry ride away, and ask yourself if the Channel Tunnel was such a good idea. The helpful host searches the audience for a new contestant who is prepared to face anything, even the host.
Zou je even met mij mee willen lopen? U moet nog wel lachen, hè? Ja. Komt u maar met me mee.
She's a well-brought-up looking girl, the sort of girl you'd like to take home to tea, if you didn't know about her deep-down maniacal urge to go on television and do something utterly repellent.
Nou, dat is niet.
She doesn't know yet what she's in for.
Het zijn namelijk levende macaroni's. Oh, God.
Now she does. Yes, folks, maggots. But, thank goodness, she doesn't have to have the maggots crawling around her head. No, she just has to eat them.
Lekker erin. Ja, dat is ietsje meer. Dat is goed, dat is goed.
Is she going to do it? No, of course she isn't. How could she? She isn't, is she?
Koud goed.
Ja, zelf niet goed kou, hè?
Wel goed koud.
To think they won't eat our beef. My guest tonight is the embodiment of an English myth. In Australia, I was brought up to believe in the kind of English rose who wore a scarf on her head and a basket on her handlebars, dug for victory, and scoured the skies for descending Spitfire pilots she could fall in love with. After the war, she tried to remember she was to the manor born while being assaulted by the values of the good life. Imagine one's astonishment to discover that she was no myth, but actually existed in the fair form, the sweet nature, and the sharp tongue of Penelope Kieth.
But even for all that, Clive, I will not eat maggots for you, I'm sorry.
You won't? Well, you disapprove of that, huh?
Oh, I don't know who I felt sorrier for, the woman or the maggots.
Well, 28 million people tuned in to see Audrey Forbes Hamilton in the last episode of The Man Aboard. That's right? Yeah?
Yes.
And that's much more than the Cup final. Now, why was it so popular?
Well, I think it was because it was a romance. People wanted to know if and when they were going to get together, really.
Yeah.
It's an extraordinary figure, 28 million. I remember I was up at Broadcasting House the following day, and I thought, and someone had told me the figures, and I walked and I thought, what does it mean? It means every other person walking along the street saw me on television, so I smiled at every other person.
And you've got to get the right
smile
one.
back, no. No, I think the people on that street were not in that night.
Does it surprise you that The Good Life still wipes the floor with all the other sitcoms on the 20th repeat?
It's extraordinary, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was very good. What's extraordinary for me now is the fact that people write to me and see it who weren't born when I made it. Now, that is really shattering. Or else I meet some rather, what I think, grown-up person, probably not as old as me, but, you know, near, who says, oh, my mum used to think you were wonderful when she was a child.
Do you ever long to play the other character, the Felicity Kendall character?
Well, I'm sure, you see, if I'd been about 2 foot shorter and 5 times prettier, I could have done, because I felt very sympathetic towards that character, because that really is me, you see. I do dig for victory. Yes. No, I dig the garden and I feed the chickens and all that sort of thing. So I'm far more Barbara than I am Margot.
You feel you've been a victim of typecasting? You ever long to play, shall we say, a more sexy screen type, as indeed you are in life?
Oh, Clive, it's so lovely coming on your show. Yes, I have done a bit. I don't feel a victim of typecasting, really. No, I don't. Early on, I played someone called Big Molly.
Big Molly.
Big Molly. She was a tart with an art. You know, she was lovely. You couldn't call her Big Molly now. Of course, you'd have to call her vertically challenged Molly. Well, no, isn't short vertically challenged?
Short, vertically is small. Yeah.
So what's big?
Physically disadvantaged upwards.
Ah, yes. Well, that's it. So physically disadvantaged upwards Molly. But she was fun. But no, I don't think I've been typecast.
You're working with some tough kids on Next of Kin. Are they scene stealers?
They're the most wonderful actors because they're not tough at all. They're super. No, the scene stealers, I suppose, are the animals, if there's anything. Because I've got kids and animals, and
the two threats to any actor.
I advise it. I advise it. Yes, it's lovely. You actually concentrate on either the small children or the animals. We had a wonderful time when we first met. We were driving around in a car, and you know when you're filming in a car, you're on a great low loader driving around the streets of Cheltenham, and I was talking to Bill Gaunt. We were chatting away about chums, and the 2 children, Anne, the girl, and Jamie, the boy, were in the back with the parrot. And the parrot started talking and squawking, and suddenly Jamie leant forward and said, Penny, did you hear what the parrot said? And I said, no, Jamie, no, what did he say? He said, what an Arthur. I said, oh, gosh, that's good. We must get him to do that on the show. And I listened, and I said, no, Jamie, no. The parrot is saying, what an arsehole. So perhaps when he makes it to the studio, he might find rather a lot of curtains over his cage, which he did. He had to keep being removed.
How do you think they found the actors for Flirting with Magic? There must be auditions for the girls, for example.
Yes,
yeah?
I think they probably have to try and look less intelligent than the magician and have slightly bigger boobs, I think, really. You know, and so you have to have that very dumb look so that when you hear all this chat going on, you smile and you think he is the best guy in the world.
Can you do that? Can you audition one of those?
Oh, yes. Vacant eyes. And, oh, look, I've got big boobs, too. And please, can you show me a trick?
You do that rather well. You're a good flirt.
Oh, sorry?
Good flirt.
Oh, I don't know.
You flirt well.
I've never tried.
Yeah. Okay, on with the show. Is it true you wanted to be a nun when you were a kid?
Yes, yes,
That
I
would
wanted
have ruled out flirting altogether, I should imagine.
No, nuns are very good flirts.
Yeah?
Yes, you see, because the wonderful thing is the wimple goes across there, and that's all you see.
Yeah.
So all you see is the eyes, and they flirt all the time. The nuns at my school flirted with Father David all the time.
Father David. Father David. So
Yes.
describe Father David to me.
Father David was very dishy.
Yeah.
When I was 14, I thought he was remarkably dishy, Father David. And he used to come and say Mass every morning. And the nuns would queue up at the kitchen to take him his breakfast. They'd race from the chapel to be first in the queue to take Father David his breakfast. That was very exciting.
What happened to Father David?
Father David didn't turn up for Mass one day, and there was a lot of whispering, and we all wondered what was going on. It took us about 10 days, being very astute convent girls, to find out that he'd run off with a married woman. It was terrific. We were thrilled about that. But the next guy to turn up wasn't nearly as nice as Father David, and about 3 times as old, so there was no more flirting then.
No more of
No,
that.
it stopped then.
Your accent is so cut glass and polished. Did you have to learn to speak like that?
I think I did. I can't remember, really. You know, it's this funny thing about
Could
voices.
you say that again? I can't remember really.
I can't remember, really.
Really?
You see, I really can't remember. It's the funny thing about voices. People think I don't put it on.
I know.
But
I like it very
I'm
much.
always minded of a story about a great English actress called Dame Edith Evans. She was the first one to say Herndberg like that.
Herndberg.
And she had the most extraordinary voice and went up and down like that all the time. And she was once going to do a play, and she asked the director who else was going to be in the cast. And so he rattled through various names, and she said, yes, that's all right. Yes, yes. And then he said, and Kenneth Williams. And she said, who? Kenneth Williams, Dame Edith. Kenneth Williams. I don't think I knew Kenneth Williams. Now, tell me, what has he done? Well, he's done various stage work. He's played the Dauphin Saint-John, and he's done some films you might have seen called Carry On. Oh, I know the young man. Yes, the one with the affected voice.
I'm going to be very careful to speak with perfect elocution and poise from now on. Thank you very much. Penelope, Kieth. And finally, even as her concert tour of Britain moves triumphantly towards the helpless cities of Canterbury, Birmingham and Cambridge, would you please just follow the little red lights through the smoke until you find Margarita Prakata?
I wanna hear your heart. And when I feel that something, I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. And when I touch you, I feel happy inside. It's such a feeling that my love, I got high, I got high, I got high. Oh, you. That's on me, and when I feel that something, I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand.
Alistair McCarran will be quite a few of the guests on next weekend's Saturday Live at 10:05.
All right.